Hi, hello, and welcome back to a beautiful series on how to become free from old habits. We have been looking at becoming free from anger and negativity and also from sadness. Today, a very special guest, Sharona Stillerman, currently based in Madhuban in India. She will discuss with us about attachment, a new topic and a very important subject for all of us. Attachment or dependency. And let us start with the first question that comes to everyone's mind. Why do we need to worry about attachment? Can it be positive? And if it's not positive, what is the damage that unseen attachment can cause on the minds of human beings? Thank you, Sharona.
Om Shanti, greetings of peace to Joanna and everyone who's enjoying this amazing series. Amazing because I don't think many have a conscious grasp on two things. One is the energy of attachment, the energy of dependency, and two, the energy of non-attachment, independence. And so I would say that this is where we can begin to understand why understanding these energies are so important, as well as the damage done by this energy of dependency and attachment. Attachment and dependency destroys the authentic self. Because originally and authentically, I am an independent, free spirit. An independent and free spirit does not mean I can do whatever I want to do. It means that all my doing is accurately aligned with my truest self. And for those who aren't aware, truest self, the truest self, is a very elevated, highest self, a proper child of the divine. So if I am dependent on people, situations, possessions, what does that actually mean? It means that I'm using these things to give myself value, to give myself an identity. 20 years ago, we used to say, oh, I'm a doctor or I'm a lawyer, using position. And depending on that position for my sense of my worth. 20 years ago, we also then said, the wife of the doctor used to say, I'm the wife of the doctor or the lawyer, even worse. And then if there's a divorce, or if the doctor or the lawyer is fired just because there's an economic crisis, then what happens to me? My sense of worth, that identity. The authentic self is immensely valuable, immensely worthy, just for being a child of the divine. So practically speaking, what all this means is I do not need anything external for feelings of well-being, feelings of happiness, feelings of contentment, feelings of strength, confidence, self-esteem, self-respect. If I'm dependent on anything external for those kinds of feelings, I am being deceived, and time, which loves us, will show that to me on one level or another, in one way or another. But not just am I being deceived, I, the original, the authentic, highest self, am being made weaker and weaker and weaker. That's what I meant when I said dependencies, attachments like this destroy the true self.
Yes, it is clear. I like the image of an independent ruler, seeing the self and seeing others as being truly rulers, kings of their minds, and understanding that each one is creating their own fortune. And I am somehow minding my own mind and how I can create that fortune for myself. And the word independent resonates so well. You feel that, yes, this is a truth. And how is it possible that I forget it? How is it possible that we fall into the trap of attachments again and again? Would you also like to make a distinction? What will help us to make a distinction between attachment and dependency? Do they mean the same thing? Or is there a difference between being attached to someone and being dependent on someone?
You know, for the sake of our practice, the practice of connecting with my highest self and enabling the thoughts and feelings of my highest self to follow through in the way I see things, the way I think about them, and the way I speak and act. I don't really make a distinction between the two, although I'm sure you could look it up in the dictionary and find it. But essentially, we need to distinguish between dependency and spiritual independency. We need to distinguish between attachment and healthy spiritual detachment. I feel is the real issue in terms of our practice. Because the authentic self, the highest self, is completely linked, I should say, plugged in to energies, the raw energies of love, of joy, of strength. And all of these break out into the principles and the virtues that we want for our life. The authentic highest self is naturally plugged into the energies of faith, trust, goodness, accepting others, respecting, all the while being able to be also courageous, assertive, even the power to know which moment, which situation requires what aspect of love, what aspect of peace. That's also an energy which the soul naturally is plugged into. And so, with such attunement to such beautiful energies, we easily begin to rule the mind. We easily begin to see this thought does not reflect the highest me. It's a reflection of just habits that I picked up. And not only do we see this, but we have the power to override it. I'm not going to think this. This does not suit me. And we have that power, that most amazing power of choice. And we have a stock through a spiritual study. We have a stock of alternative ways to think. And you know, feelings are groups of thought. So as I start ruling my thoughts, the internet is a bit unstable here. As I start ruling my thoughts, I am also coming back into ruling my feelings, my attitude, and then my words and behaviors follow. So let me understand spiritual independence and enjoy it. Because while I'm not nurturing that highest self by making high choices for my thoughts and behaviors, then I most likely am nurturing all those low energy ways of relating to life and relationships. And that is the source of a lot of sorrow in my life, sadness, difficulties, feeling of being overwhelmed, even disheartenment. It's so much in my hands when I recognize not just that I've gotten into lots of wrong habits. Attachment, we attach a dog, you know, and then a dog is not free to go where he wants, move as he wants. So one thing to realize, I'm attached to my own worst self. But then I myself have tied the rope. I myself have attached myself to those old habits that the old self, the old needs. And so it's in my hands to detach from that. Detach and also be the best I can be.
Yes. The explanation you started with energy, and that energy that gives you power to change the thought. So coming at the minute observation of your thoughts, being able to detect when a thought is a thought of attachment, and that will change into a feeling of attachment, and being able to tap into that higher energy and change your thought. Would you like to explain at the practical level, do you practice using different senses, such as, for instance, I'm attached to taste of certain food, I'm going to observe that, or I am attached to a person. Every time I see them, I feel like my heart is happier. So, am I going to diminish that attachment by observing it all the time? What is your practical attention effort to reduce attachment in certain areas?
On a practical level, I monitor my happiness. And because happiness is an energy, and according to my experiences of that highest self, she's full of happiness, like she's full of all those other energies. If I lose my happiness, if I lose my peace, if I lose feelings of love, it means that I've crossed a line. What's the line? People, positions, possessions are not the problem. Let me enjoy them. But the line we cross from just enjoying into becoming attached and becoming dependent, I should say, that's the line. Instead of just enjoying these things, I need these things. That's the line, needing. Dependency starts because I feel I need this position to feel good about myself. I need this person to feel happy. I need this chocolate cake to de-stress or feel happy. That's the problem. Needing. Because the truth is, this self, this beautiful divine being that I am, needs nothing external to have a very good and wonderful experience of being alive. We need nothing external. This is the biggest secret, which a good spiritual practice explains to us. What do we really need? We need the raw energies of love, the raw energies of happiness, the raw energies of peace. And I, the authentic self, I'm made of those energies. And then above is the supreme, the divine, an ocean of love, peace, joy. So this training, watch my levels of peace and happiness. If they shake, if they go down, it means some wire has gotten loose in this connection with my highest self and the one above. So restore the connection, strengthen the connection. Take a few minutes to give yourself thoughts of the divine, your own divine self, your own divine capacities, thoughts of the Supreme, any thought from your own scriptures, from your own spiritual study, from the study we work with here in the Brahma Kumaris, any thought, any experience, any feeling, connect, plug in, repair the wire, and then come back to that need, whether it's from the chocolate cake, from a person, or from a position. And you'll see you're just a little bit more independent.
Yes, it is clear the relationship between attachment and neediness, and also the practice of seeing your life as an art. You said you have to enjoy it. It is changing what you are doing as a habit, something that is done automatically, and you are attached to your way of doing it,
Yeah.
into creating an art of everything even art of walking and breathing and looking at each other, then there is no attachment.
Yeah.
From all the meditation practices that you have experimented with a long time, which one do you feel is more useful to reduce attachment? There must be some practices that are really taking you into that space that you mentioned, a space of zero neediness, zero attachment, and full rights.
Yeah. This is a key, full. Full stop. First, I'm going to recognize when neediness, selfishness is ruling. That's the expression of the old self. So first, I recognize that and I stop it. Just stop it. But I stop it not out of deprivation. I will not stop eating that chocolate cake.
Well, I did. I haven't eaten chocolate for 5 years now, and that's when
Congratulations.
just became free from attachment to chocolate.
I'm not sure. It's free from the habit, but chocolate is there to enjoy. Why shouldn't I enjoy it? Because an ultimate training could be the chocolate is there and I enjoy it without any neediness, which means I can take it or leave it. It's there, I enjoy. It's not there, I enjoy. My enjoyment is not affected. Now, we're talking about simple things like chocolate, but what about this job? I am the CEO of a company, and that's my pride, my confidence, my self-respect, and my love for myself. But then the company goes bankrupt or the company is shut down. If I have truly a detached relationship with that position, then the position can be destroyed, but I'm not destroyed at all. I look at it as an opportunity to develop some new skill, have some free time, explore new horizons. So proper detachment is not leaving the job, leaving people, leaving the chocolate. It's being right in that job, being right with these people, being right with that chocolate, and being stable in my authentic self. In other words, full stop. So that none of these things define me. None of these things are needed to keep me peaceful or happy. I'm peaceful, I'm happy, and I'm loving because that's what I am. That's who I am. And nothing external influences that. That's the rulership that we are capable of over the senses and over our feelings. That's the rulership. That's the power of the authentic self. And these needs and dependencies are really the expression of how much we have fallen. We are fallen angels. We have really lost our authentic self. We've really become lost to our highest truths. And these are the times to be able to come back to that.
Yes. One of the most powerful taught in practicing detachment is I'm not half, I am full. And I'm not searching for anyone to be my other half. Whenever I experience being impressed by someone or attracted by someone, feeling they are really nice or really good, then I remember I'm not searching for another half, and I'm not looking at anyone being able to make me full. You are full, the soul is full, as you described.
Beautiful. Beautifully
Would
said.
would you like to tell us in a few minutes, in a few words, a meditation practice that will help all of us to experience that complete, perfect form of the soul? Thank
Right.
you.
So we do a meditation?
Yeah.
Okay. So can I just take a moment to imagine that there is a mini version of me floating just in front of my forehead? And then gently float that mini version to the back of my head, where I imagine I discover a beautiful, deep armchair with a footstool. And I settle myself into that amazingly comfortable armchair and just look around, appreciating where I've landed. Because here, in this comfortable armchair, way at the back of the head, I'm very far from the mind. I'm very far from all the roles and responsibilities. All of those things are up there in front. I'm here, way in the back, completely separate from all the dramas of my life, completely separate from the mind. Free. And in this separateness, in this independence, there is so much peace. It's as if I have found a corner for just being me. The authentic, original me of great peace. As if I found a corner for just being, for just being. And as I come back to the consciousness of my roles, my relationships, my responsibilities, I practice holding on to that highest energy of the highest being that I am. A divine being, full of this peace as a child of the supreme ocean of peace, so that I can become an instrument of the light of peace to all my brothers and sisters, the whole world. Om Shanti.